Hey everyone, Troy here with a few tips for managing your Zoom presence. Is this thing on? Can anyone hear me out there? So I'm both an employee of the College of St. Scholastica by day and a graduate student of the College of St. Scholastica by night. I'm spending a lot of time on Zoom right now. While homeschooling a kindergartner, that is a new thing as of 7 days ago, and wrangling an extremely fierce and feisty and spunky 2-year-old, and also office sharing with my spouse, who as of about 7 days ago became an online college professor. So maybe you too have had your life a little bit disrupted by all of this and are finding it a little bit crazy these days. Let it go, let it go, out the window. It's a brave new world out there, folks, and I kind of like the fun of it all. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to use Zoom controls so that you can manage your privacy while on Zoom, while also ensuring a positive and productive Zoom environment for the other participants. If you're in a Zoom meeting where the host is sharing their screen, it may look something like this, and you'll also see the other participants that are in the meeting with you. Now, depending on your operating system and your device, the exact look may be a little different. For me, I'm on a laptop that runs Microsoft Windows 10, and so this is what the control bar for Zoom looks like for me. If it looks a little different for you, most likely if you play around a little bit, you'll be able to find these features and do the things that I'm going to suggest here today. So if you're looking for the most privacy and the least disruption to the online environment, then you can use your menu to mute your microphone and to stop your video. I think a nice happy medium is to have your video showing but have your audio muted as default. And then when you want to chime in, you can unmute yourself and chime in. Now, another cool feature to add a little bit more privacy while playing your video, if you don't want to have all the chaos going on behind you, or you don't want folks to see, in this case, your basement, there's a pretty neat feature under the video section. And if you click the arrow to the right of stop video, you'll see an option about a virtual background. I've had a lot of fun doing the virtual backgrounds, and in the short amount of time of this online environment, I've made some major improvements to my house. I, for example, added a swimming pool, so I can zoom in from the edge of my swimming pool, which is kind of fun. I also added a new addition to my house, the Bavarian Castle, and my favorite new space, the meditation and yoga room. So by setting your audio to mute as default and choosing a virtual background, you can have a good connection with folks so they can see you without them seeing all of your house and chaos. And also some of that noise background can be mitigated so that in my case, my screaming 2-year-old isn't being projected into the meeting or learning environment. Now, if you are, PC is running, battery's running low. Now, if you are a host of the meeting or are in a breakout room, you can share your screen, which is a pretty cool feature for doing things like presentations or collaborative work. However, it is important to bear in mind that when you are sharing your screen, you are sharing your whole screen, right? So this little green box with the up arrow is the share screen. You do that and you choose screen under basic. So when you're sharing your screen and you're doing a Google search, the search history might show up. If you have the tabs across the top, the websites that you're on may show up. And if you have something like an email open, they'll be able to see your email. So when in doubt, don't share it out. Always think about what is actually on your screen before you hit share your screen. Just a few other tips. If you're in a very noisy environment, you may want to consider a headset so that your roommates, spouse, whoever else is in your house can't hear the conversation that's going on, and the folks in the Zoom space will primarily only hear you and not so much all the background noise. Let's talk just a little bit about how to look your best online. Now here's this classic move. I am hardly in the frame and I'm backlit. That's a little better, but still, try not to have a window or another bright source of light right behind you. Now if you want to go pro level, here's what I did. I took my lights from my greenhouse, jerry-rigged it on a shelf with some Velcro, just like that. Boom, that's what's up. Now this is important, so listen closely. There is no better time than right now for the DIY mullet. So here I am in 2009. Business in the front, party in the back. If not now, then when? And what better time than to go with the polo and sweatpants look? Business, casual. So we can only look at our castle on a hill from afar for the time being as we social isolate in our basements. However, with a little thoughtfulness and a little fine-tuning of Zoom controls, you can both manage your privacy as well as ensure a positive online environment for your classmates and coworkers. Until we meet again, take good care.